We come
to rest in this moment,
in this place,
set apart from never-ending to-do lists,
embracing the seventh day, a day of rest.
we come
To the warmth and stillness
of this sacred hour.
Sorry.
Remember, you have chosen to be here.
Something in your life led you to arrive here now. Whatever task and cares await you now for this brief time, simply rest.
Allow your soul to be nurtured. Let the waves in your mind and heart gradually subside.
As you come home to yourself, holy and whole.
Come, let us worship together. We now light our chalice, the symbol of our Unitarian Universalist faith. We light this chalice for the warmth of love, the light of truth, and the energy of service. Now, I invite you to please rise in body or in spirit and join me in singing our opening hymn. It's number 55 in your gray hymnal, Dark of Winter. The words will be up on the screen. Soft and still, your quiet calm surrounds me. Let my thoughts go where they will, ease my mind profoundly, and let my soul will sing a song, a blessed invite you to remain risen as we say our affirmation. We say it both in English and in Spanish as a reminder of the many languages spoken here in this community and beyond its walls. the many languages of the soul. The words are in your order of service and also on the screen. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest of truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek truth in freedom, to serve humankind in fellowship, to the end that all souls may grow into harmony with the divine. This do we covenant with one another. El amor es la doctrina de esta iglesia. La búsqueda de la verdad es sacramento y el servicio es su oración. Habitar juntos en paz, buscar la verdad con libertad y servir a la humanidad juntos, con el fin de que todas las almas pueden crecer en armonía con lo divino. Esto es lo que pactamos unos con otros.
Our land acknowledgement. We light this candle in recognition of the Pantheon and Lionni indigenous peoples, who were the first humans to inhabit and sustain this land thousands of years before settler colonizers arrived. We honor the resilience of these indigenous people in the face of devastating harm. And we lift up the resilience of their neighboring tribe to the south, the Amamutsan tribal band, with whom we are working to preserve the sacred land of Eurostat and to ensure that their culture continues to thrive. Good morning. I am Dena Dickinson, and my pronouns are she, her. I'm actually covering for Mary Martin today. Her son is ill. Let's keep them both in our hearts. It is my pleasure to serve as worship associate for today's service with a focus on rest as resistance. Sometimes life gets in the way, and we forget to rest. Mary was planning to talk about refueling ourselves with rest in order to have the energy and strength to do the work of justice, and that it's okay to sleep, take a vacation, read for fun, all those things we enjoy doing, because otherwise we would burn out and be of no use at all. Rest is essential for the body and the spirit. Welcome to the worship here at First Unitarian Church of San Jose, where we are seekers. Wherever you are on your faith spiritual journey, you are welcome here. Our welcome is broad and inclusive. Here we cherish diversity among us, including gender, sexuality, race, ethnicity, and physical ability. This is a place where you can bring your whole unique self and find love and acceptance. Our Unitarian Universalist values of equity and pluralism call us to celebrate that we all are sacred beings and every person is inherently worthy and has the right to flourish. If you are new or visiting today, thank you for becoming part of this community, whether it is for today alone or for the rest of your life. After this service, please join us in Hattie Porter Hall next door, where there's a welcome table where you can find more information about the church and our faith. We have a great group of volunteers who provide us coffee and tea and refreshments. I also want to thank all of those who are helping with today's service. Let us now exchange greetings with our community members joining us on Zoom this morning. We can wave to the camera.
You can see names there, people's faces. You can see their names there. Their faces or videos are off. We've had a Zoom bomber a couple times in the past month. So for the time being, this is what we have. And I guess I didn't pass that note to Dena. So
Appreciate them, even in name.
It's good to be with you all this morning. I'm the Reverend Matthew McHale, and my pronouns are he and him. It is my pleasure to serve this congregation as its minister. And today is a special day. It's the first Sunday that we have our new Director of Religious Education, Marissa Vasquez, here with us. So let's give her a warm welcome. And Marissa is going to help me with telling our story for all ages this morning. In fact, she's going to take the lead in telling the story for all ages. So I want to invite those who are young or young at heart to come down and join me down here in the center of the labyrinth. It's good to be with you all this morning. I know there's some folks up in the balcony if you want to come down. I'm very excited, and I think we're all very excited to have Marissa joining the church community. And so I hope you'll, if you haven't had a chance to say hi to her, I hope you'll take that opportunity after the service. Marissa's also going to be leading one of our Action Sunday activities. So today we have a short worship service that all the kids are going to stay in there, although the nursery's open for the young ones. But everyone's going to be in our short service today, and then we're going to go off and do some different activities. And Marissa's going to be leading one of those, and I'll tell you a little bit more about those later. So now, though, we have a story. If you want to introduce it.
This is a story. Hello? Oh, I can. Okay. It's Frederick by Lionni. All along a meadow where the cows grazed and horses ran, there was an old stone wall. In that wall, not far from the barn and granary, a chatty family of field mice had their home. But the farmers had moved away. The barn was abandoned, and the granary stood empty. And since winter was not far off, the little mice began to gather corn and nuts and wheat and straw. They all worked day and night, except Frederick. "Frederick, why don't you work?" they asked.
I do work. I gather sun rays for cold, dark winter days.
And when they saw Frederick sitting there, staring at the meadow, they said, "And now, Frederick?"
I gather colors, for winter is gray.
And once Frederick seemed half asleep, "Are you dreaming, Frederick?"
Oh no, I'm gathering words. For the winter days are long and many, and we'll run out of things to say.
The winter days came, and when the first snow fell, the 5 little mice took to their hideouts in the stones. In the beginning, there was lots to eat, and the mice told stories of foolish foxes and silly cats. They were a happy family. But little by little, they had nibbled up most of the nuts and berries, the straw was gone, and the corn was only a memory. It was cold in the wall, and no one felt like chatting. Then they remembered what Frederick had said about sun rays and colors and words. "What about your supplies, Frederick?" they asked.
I think we're a little behind on the slides. We're behind. Close your eyes. Are you closing your eyes? And now I send you the rays of the sun. Do you feel how their golden glow?
And as Frederick spoke of the sun, the 4 little mice began to feel warmer. Was it Frederick's voice? Was it magic? And what about the colors, Frederick? They asked anxiously.
Close your eyes again.
Frederick said, and when he told them of the blue periwinkles, the red poppies and the yellow weeds, and the green leaves of the berry bush, they saw the colors as clearly as if they had been painted in their minds. And the words, Frederick? Frederick cleared his throat, waited a moment, and then, as it was from a stage, he said,
Who scatters the snowflakes? Who melts the ice? Who spoils the weather? Who makes it nice? Who grows the 4-leaf clovers in June? Who dims the daylight? Who lights the moon? 4 little field mice who live in the sky, 4 little field mice like you and I. One is the spring mouse who turns on the showers. Then comes the summer who paints in the flowers. The fall mouse is next with walnuts and wheat. And winter is last with little cold feet. Aren't we lucky the seasons are 4? Think of a year with 1 less or 1 more.
When Frederick had finished, they all applauded. But Frederick, they said, you are a poet. Frederick blushed, took a bow, and shyly said,
I know it. The end. So, what do you think? Do you think Frederick was doing work? What do you think? Yes. Yeah, yes? What sort of work was he doing? Creative work, sure. I think so today, we're kind of talking in our service about the different ways we rest and the different ways we can value work and what's important. Know that there are certain forms of work that we say are awesome and great, and they are, and that there are also other ways, creative ways, that we support and nurture ourselves and make more beauty in the world. And so when times are hard, we can turn to these things that bring us joy and bring us pleasure and that help ground us. That's something we can always turn to no matter what's going on in our life, no matter how hard things may be. There's always opportunities to find rest and joy and beauty, and also in the company of one another. So thank you for joining me for the story. Like I said, everyone's in the service, so we're not going to sing our song right now, but you're invited to go back to your seats or the balcony, as the case may be. Thanks for joining us.
Now is the time in our service when we invite contributions that help our ministries to grow and thrive. You can pay online at sanjoseuu.org/donate to make an offering. Please designate in the memo line whether your offering is for a pledge payment, a special collection, or whatever else designation. This church is here because of the offerings of generations who came before us. Let us invest in the future with this morning's offering. Please give what you can, and remember, if your presence among us is all that you can give today, that is enough. Thank you. To the work of the church, which is making love visible in all we say and do, we dedicate ourselves and these, our offerings.
So I have our reading this morning is excerpts from the book A Quiet Place by Douglas Wood. It's a wonderful little book, and you can check it out if you want to hear the whole thing. So this is kind of a shortened version of it. Sometimes a person needs a quiet place. A place to rest your ears from bells ringing and whistles shrieking and grown-ups talking and engines roaring and horns blaring and grown-ups talking and radios playing and grown-ups, well, even grown-ups need a quiet place sometimes. But it can be hard to find one. You have to know where to look. You could look under a bush, a lilac bush in your own backyard. When you crawl underneath it, all of the sounds of the world seem soft and far away. And you can be a pirate finding buried treasure on a desert island. A bush can be your quiet place until someone calls you to clean your room. Then you could head out towards the sea, on a beach in the early morning fog. Your footprints are the first of the day. The waves are roaring and the gulls are crying, but it doesn't seem noisy. And you can just be like an explorer discovering a new island. The beach could be your quiet place. But if the beach is not your cup of tea, you could climb to the top of a hill where clouds float by like ships, or alligators, or elephants. On a hilltop, you can see a long way and think long thoughts about how and why and what. And you can be a mountain climber on the top of the world. A hilltop could be your quiet place. But if your legs are too tired for climbing, you could visit a museum where brass tigers and bronze lions stand silent guard over fabulous treasures. Every painting is a magic window into your own imagination, or that your own imagination can open wide and climb through. And you can be an artist admiring your masterpiece. A museum could be your quiet place. But if the museum is closed for renovation, you could go to a secret corner of the library where the only people talking are between the covers of books. They speak so softly you can only hear them in your head as you read about oceans and museums and mountains and 1,000 other things. A library could be your quiet place. But if the library isn't open yet, you could come home and clean your room, or read your own books, or think your own thoughts, and feel your own feelings, and discover the very best quiet place of all, the one that's always there, no matter where you go or where you stay, the one inside of you.
Smoother than that time than sometimes. Clumping down. Okay, now we're going to take a few moments to find our own quiet place, moments of rest. Sit well, with back straight, crown of head reaching up, opening your heart space, giving room in your belly for a full, deep breath. Make yourself comfortable. Close your eyes and relax. Begin to follow your breathing and just be with your in-breath and out-breath. Bring your awareness to your abdomen, rising and falling with your breaths, bringing more calm into your body. If you feel agitated or tension, put your hand on your abdomen and feel it rise and fall as the air goes in and out. Say quietly to yourself, breathing in, I am with my in-breath. Breathing out, I am with my out-breath. Continue to follow your breathing as you bring your awareness and relaxation to each part of your body, from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. You can begin with the hair on your head, your scalp, brain, forehead, jaw. Breathing in, I am aware of my jaw. Breathing out, I release the tension in my jaw. Moving on to your neck and shoulders, focus breath to these areas, releasing tension with your out breaths. Imagine your breath is carrying a warm light to each area of your body. It circles points of tension and brings relaxation as you breathe out. Move on to your chest and abdomen, upper legs, lower legs, and lastly, your feet. Breathe in, calm. Breathe out, release. Including self-care and rest in our daily routine is important. Rest is our friend. It nourishes our body and soul, so you can carry on with peace and compassion. Take another deep abdominal breath, breathing in peace, and breathing out release. Return to your normal breathing pattern. As I ring the bell, return to the present moment and place. And remember to breathe.
I don't know about you, but I needed a quiet space after this past week. It has been a very challenging week with our government illegally invading another country, Venezuela, and threatening to invade more, and that our president saying he is justified in doing it. The death of Renee Good at the hands of an ICE officer in Minneapolis, and the claims that a woman defending her neighbors was a domestic terrorist and her death was warranted. I couldn't help in that lie but be reminded that the day before was also the 5th anniversary of the January 6th attempted insurrection at the Capitol, where the president wants to rewrite history and say that it was actually, according to the official government website, the Capitol Police and Democrats' lack of preparation that caused the violence, and not his supporters spurred on by his lies about a stolen election. And all of it is exhausting and horrifying. And it's meant to feel overwhelming to us, to keep us off balance and feeling demoralized. And I'll have more to say about it in next week's service for our MLK Sunday service. But I felt like it was helpful to just take some time to take care of ourselves, because when things are really hard, we need to first focus on taking care of ourselves and finding rest so that we can respond. And I'll tell you, when I was writing this reflection, I was having a really hard time focusing with what was happening at work and what was happening in the world and a very busy week here at work. So I was just feeling tired. And my brain wasn't working as well as I would have liked. So I took a break from writing, and I spent some time playing drums. And I worked in the garden. Now, neither of those things were physically restful, but they helped my brain take a rest, which it needed. You know, it's kind of like at school, when you're in class learning, and you're just learning and learning and learning, and you have to pay attention and focus and keep calm. And so you need to have breaks like recess, where you can just run around and have fun. And then you can come back to class, and it's easier to focus and to learn. And so even though on recess you're running around having a great time, which doesn't feel very restful in some ways, it is a form of rest. It's doing something that brings you joy and happiness. And then last night, while I had sat back down to work on this reflection again, our new kitten came up to cuddle with me. And by cuddle, I meant he laid down on top of my computer so that I couldn't work. And I could have been annoyed and pushed him away, but I took it as a sign that maybe I should take a break and get some pets in. And that's actually when this section of my reflection began to take shape. When I wasn't working, when I wasn't actively writing. And so things started to flow, but then I started to get tired because I had a long day yesterday, and even though I had more work to do, I was just tired. Now, when I was younger, I didn't necessarily want to take naps. I don't know, what do you think? Do you like to take naps? Yeah? How about our younger folks? Do you like to take naps? Are they fun, or you don't like them? Down, thumbs down. Yeah, I get that. And when I got a little older, I wanted to stay up later at night. So I might have read a book under my covers with a flashlight on. Or I wanted to stay up late to talk to my friends on the phone. But if I was too tired, whether I went past a nap or stayed up late at night, then later or the next morning, I would be grumpy or less focused. My brain didn't work very well. And it was, when you're grumpy, you're not as fun to be around, and things just aren't as fun generally. And so last night, when I was feeling tired, I decided to go to bed to get some rest and to keep working on it in the morning when I was well rested. But in Western culture, in our society, we're taught that being busy is best or even holy, and that resting and relaxing is indulgent or bad, or even some might call it sinful. And you ever heard the phrase, an idle hand or the devil's playthings? And so we feel guilty. So many of us feel guilty about taking time for ourselves, that we should be working hard. But if we kept going and going and didn't take time to take breaks to rest and take care of ourselves, we would just be exhausted and not particularly useful and not very fun to be around. We need to rest. We need times to rest for our well-being and for our health. That's part of what the winter months remind us, as the nights are shorter and the days are colder, to just kind of cozy up and take care of ourselves. This time of year is actually, so for Action Sunday, one of our activities, we're going to be planting California natives out front. And the reason we're doing that is this is the best time of year during the winter to plant California natives. Now, that might seem strange because, there's not very much sun and it's very cold, neither of which the plants like very much. However, when you put a new plant into the ground, they're starting to get ready. They're starting to gather up energy. They send out their roots slowly, just kind of getting comfortable while they're not being demanded to grow. And then a few months later, when it starts to warm up and the sun comes out, then all of a sudden these plants that have been sitting still and not doing very much, all of a sudden they're ready and they just take off. And so that's what rest can do for us. It helps nurture us and support us so that we can do that all-important work, whatever it may be, which of course is important. So I invite you to take the time to breathe, to relax, and do the simple things you love without having to feel guilty. Give yourself permission to set aside the shoulds and take care of yourself until you're feeling rested and ready for what's next. I want to sing a song. Our closing song is called Loosen, Loosen. If Meredy, if you can come up and join me. So this is a song in two parts. I'm going to teach you the first part first and the second part second. So the first part goes like this. Just listen the first time through. Loosen, loosen, baby, you don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. So we're just going to do that, the first part of the first part. Loosen, loosen, baby, you don't have to carry. Sing that part. Loosen, loosen, baby, you don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. The weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. Put it all together. Loosen, loosen, baby, you don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. Loosen, loosen. Loosen, loosen, baby, you don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. Great. So now I'm going to teach you the second part. And when I'm finished teaching you that song, we're just going to keep that part going. And then Meredy is going to come back in with part number one, with the first part. And so you can sing. And so generally the way we'll sing it is to switch. You'll sing it twice through and then switch to the other one. And we'll do that a few times. But if you just want to sing one part, you can keep singing that one part. It's up to you. And so Meredy and I will both be taking turns switching parts. So we'll be singing both of them at the same time. So the second part, so again, when we're finished teaching you the second part, we're going to go straight into adding the first part in. Got it? If you don't, you'll figure it out. Just listen for the first time. Holy breath and holy name, will you ease this pain? Holy breath and holy name, will you ease this pain? Again. Holy breath and holy name, will you ease this pain? Take your part.
Loosen, 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 you don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. Loosen, loosen, you don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go.
Loosen, loosen, baby,
and
you don't have to carry
to
let go, let go, let
this
go.
day.
You don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. So, as we prepare to go out to our various activities, let me explain what they are. So the way this is going to work is after the benediction, which are the closing words, we're going to have an opportunity to pick which action you want to do as part of the second half of our service, what makes it our Action Sunday. So outside, we're going to be planting native plants. So we'll be cleaning up the garden beds and planting a number of native plants. And there's information about the ages for the various things. So that one's a kind of all ages, but a responsible adult for kids 8 and under. In here, and also that's probably going to take more time than we can do in the Action Sunday. So if you want to do that, but you also want to do one of the other activities, you can do that activity, and there will probably still be more plants to plant afterwards. Most of you probably didn't notice, but I don't normally wear jeans, and I'm wearing jeans because that is what I'm planning on doing after my part of the workshop is over, because for me, planting plants is restful. Our next activity is a threshold choir. Threshold choirs are things that have existed for maybe about 15 or 20 years, and it's singing to people towards their end of their life, a group of people gathering around. So if you want to learn a little bit more about that and experience what that's like, and learn a few of the songs, that'll be here in the sanctuary. If that one you can join for folks who are on Zoom, you can just stay here and be able to participate in that one. Downstairs in the RE classrooms, our new RE director, Marissa Vasquez, will be leading a craft project with a lot of different materials about, touching on the topic of rest. If you want to reflect more deeply on the worship topic, you can join me upstairs in the youth room, upstairs or the elevator. And if that's also available on Zoom, if you want to join me, you can go to sanjoseuu.org/Zoom1. That will be in the chat. So you'll have to go to a different Zoom room. I will be on there in a few minutes after the service, after this part ends. And then the last one is learning American Sign Language, an opportunity to learn some basic ASL signs, how to sign your name, and how to sign our Unitarian Universalist values. And that will be led by Ben, who's been providing signing this morning for us in the library out these doors to my right. So, if you don't know where you're going, please ask someone. If you see someone who looks like they may not know where they're going, ask them if they need help knowing where to go. But first, we're going to close with our benediction. So I invite you to rise in body or in spirit. And as you feel comfortable, take hands or bump elbows or touch shoulders. I know it is cold and flu season, so but make some sort of connection. To those of you joining us on Zoom, we invite you to send your energy to us as we send it back out to you. These words are adapted from Reverend Vanessa Southern. So much undone, so much to do, so much to heal in us and the world. Yet the world won't stop spinning on her axis if you don't rise to all occasions today. Love won't cease to flow in your direction. Your heart won't stop beating. All hope won't be lost. May you feel in your bones, in your weary heart, the aching, healing sense that this is enough. Even this, that we are enough. You are enough. Enough. Amen and blessed be.